you think it is? Insta-locks for Richardson High School.
Yeah, they were quick with it here, especially with often going. I'm a little surprised actually. No real. Oh no, it's probably ruined Elo in the jungle, right? I'm just gonna say it. Looking like 100% win rate in the jungle. Not a lot of games played, so maybe that's a little bit screwed at the moment in this season. But regardless, Diego is one of Ruin Elo's main players, right? 3.2 KDA. He's loving this champ.
Absolutely, and of course, our favorite OTP Shen in the top lane is on the champion that I was alluding to was his second most played. Now it is just about a tenth of the amount of games that he has on Shen on Fiora, but we would still definitely like to see the Fiora gameplay, and most likely, I would assume he has not gone to play Shen probably a single game in this tournament or any tournament he has ever played in, so excited to see Fiora and whatever other champions he pulls out in the future. Now, Renata has been locked in for Richardson High School, which I think does kind of hint maybe less to a Zaya and more to some other like a Jinx or something along those lines.
Definitely so. Maybe something like a Caitlyn, for example, not been banned out.
Yeah.
Pick we've seen come into priority a whole lot more with those IE changes obviously coming through, benefiting immensely. I gotta say, obviously, you called the Fiora the second most played. I feel like most is kind of being a bit generous. It's like what, like 10 games in comparison to the 300. That is being very kind. But yeah, I somehow very much doubt he ever got to play Shen. That's like my Viego in Clash. They just check my champion profile and they just see all games Viego. I just get banned out. I cry a little bit, but it's understandable as these last couple of picks coming out. But it's not going to be the Zaya. It's not going to be the Caitlyn Camcom. It's going to be the Misfortune.
I do also like the Misfortune quite a lot paired up with the Renata Glask. Now, I don't necessarily think that Misfortune is in any contention to be a meta A carry right now. I don't see her being rated higher than like high to mid B tier in terms of how much damage she can output, but I especially think when paired with Renata, who has kind of been hovering around that A for as many patches as she's probably been in the game at this point, just their ults combined together and the fact that they can both land CC, even just soft CC from Misfortune, always makes it at least more powerful of a bot lane in some of these lower elo games.
So, but with that final lock with a Zillion coming through, Camcom, that begs the question: is it really going to be a Sun or is it a Mundo jungle? You got really just two choices realistically here.
Okay, I'm gonna predict a Mundo jungle. I have so many silver and gold jungle friends who will swear by Mundo jungle, and I still do not know why. Now, you see them potentially hovering at top right now. They could just switch roles. I don't know if that's against the rules or not, but in theory, I think Anchors just literally could go Mundo jungle and take Smite, and Trash Rat could not take Smite and go top lane, but I don't actually know if that's in the rules or not, so I could be completely lying to you right now, but everything across the board for Richardson High School looks about the correct position.
I was gonna say, at the very least, over for Richardson High School, it's a bit more of a comp that we know who is going where and how it's going to go down here, right? You're up in the top. You're in the LeBlanc, something that I have not seen in quite a long time. Feels like it has fallen out of favor. Maybe this is the time that we get to see the comeback of it.
I think LeBlanc was probably picked more as a assassin counter to the Viger. Realistically, assassins do typically counter the healing, very stationary mages like a little lonely Vigar. So the only downside to that, of course, is assassins require really good micro mechanics. So LeBlanc probably one of the hardest champions to play, just micro mechanic wise in the game. So yeah, I also very much looking forward to see how well enemy 3, not enemy 3. Mage mid main is the person that is actually enemy 3 can play the LeBlanc.
Yeah, definitely a statement picking up that LeBlanc where you got to have the hands for it. 3 hands, 15 fingers if you want to look to pilot that. A little surprised that we didn't just see the HSEL get picked up, right? Because I feel like HSEL, especially right now in the current meta we're in, it's just such a, like, if it's not banned, just pick it up. It's just so damn strong. The infinite scaling potential that comes through with it, the wave control, all these benefits that come through with it. And it's a good match as well to the infinite scaling that comes through with the Vigar, obviously, with that evil power.
Echo, we've got a couple of minutes left on spectator delay. I want to hear your prediction for game number 1. I'll give you some extra time. I will actually go first for myself. I would like to predict Team Venom. Now, we may be the underdogs. We may have your Iron Legend, as we are so lovingly calling King Charlemagne. But I think the double tank top side, Sion is just always unkillable, like past the 25-minute mark. He is super, super strong right now, and Mundo as well. Maybe less in the meta, but definitely can match the Sion tankiness. I think in this kind of velo, there's just nothing on the team of Augmented Eagles that really can deal with this super powerful double tank top.
As much as I want to create a rivalry here and go against that theory, I'm going to have to second your thought here. I'm going with Venom as well. A, because King Charlemagne is my king. To him we praise. But also, listen, I'm a proponent of dark tech. And that Sion jungle is looking like the darkest Eldritch Xenos tech I have ever seen out here. Maybe there's still going to be that Mundo jungle, like you mentioned. We don't know. But regardless, I want to see it succeed. I want to see what can be done with the Sion jungle. I do feel the top lane is going to be a little bit tricky. Obviously, Fiora, massive tank shredding abilities coming through against that Mundo. It's going to have a very rough time. It's going to have to play that Vitals mini game. But other than that, in these other lanes, I feel like Venom is going to breeze through it for the most part. And they also have that late game security with the Veigar. Obviously, it just gets to scale to infinity. So even if they have to take a back seat, it's fine. They can wait for their time.
Yeah, Fiora, OTP Shen on the Fiora is the only Mastery 7 on the champion. I think I can put them in the jungle, and then that's what happens in my games in my high school, my old high school. I'm not in high school anymore, but my old high school leagues that I was in originally. We are now on, of course, Summoner's Rift. It is only a best of 1. Super crucial for both teams to win this to advance their seedings towards playoffs, but nothing much here is happening level 1 Echo.
Absolutely. We're on the riff. We're ready to get things started, and it is going to be the Sion jungle. Grasping the Undying being locked up as well here. A very interesting choice. But I also want to pan on over to Ruined Elo, right? On that Viego, whipping out the PTA. Not something you see too often.
Yeah, I don't play Viego enough to make a case for a PTA, but if Ruined Elo has some games on it, has some comfort on PTA more than maybe, I think it's Conquer, that's the rune that I've usually seen taken on Viego, maybe PTA will end up working better for him. I know just normally PTA is taken as a rune to punish early games, so maybe we'll just see many, many ganks from Ruined Elo.
Yeah, someone who spams Viego a whole lot, PTA in the lane can feel incredibly nice when you have someone who doesn't really have the early resources to really fight back, but it is an interesting choice being put in the jungle here. We'll have to see how it looks to pan out. I'm curious to see if maybe we see some early invades coming out from Ruined Elo trying to punish Trash Rat early on, because like you mentioned, right? I mean, if they reach a certain point 20 minutes into this game, they are just unkillable.
Absolutely, and that is exactly what OTP Shen is gonna do his best to cancel out. Really nice first blood picked up there on the top side. Did burn his own ghost. Edgar did not take Flash himself, also taking that ghost teleport. And no summons burned for him, so it is just that 7 CS lead and first blood now for OTP Shen.
Yeah, and it kind of feels like the one member you do not want to give that first blood to, because that's the one member who can get rid of your tanks, like we mentioned, other than possibly Runil if he looks for maybe something like, I don't know, the Kraken Slayer maybe, but usually we do see the Divine Sunner being picked up. OTP Shen is really the one member who can just chew through all of that HP that you look to build.
Cannot build any defenses for a defensive champion. I mean, right? Like, how do you deal with the Scion when you also have to worry about the Vigar, like you were talking about for Constantine? Like, you can't just build straight armor for Richardson High School, but you do have to mostly build armor, I guess, because it is only that sole AP Vigar. Looks like a little bit of a 1v1 going on there in the mid lane, but not gonna expect much else happening. Maybe outside of top lane. Maybe OTP Shen just runs away with this lane.
Yeah, it's possible indeed. Look to just sag it up top. So I would like to see if maybe we get to see a little bit of emphasis being put on mid and the bot lane as Ruin Elo did move on into the mid lane here. Flash is going to be burned by Constantine. Not going to find too much, but Shen is looking to find some more here. Can't quite get to Vital Proc, but it doesn't matter. Able to dash through and it's going to pick it up.
Really nice in there by Shen. Once again, Edgar still holding on to that ghost. Maybe he will use it on the next one, but did burn the TP to get back to lane for that time. Elo with a potential 1v1 here in the jungle.
Or indeed, Constantine's burning down. Mage mid main is trying to chase, but the Qs, they do a lot of damage. Getting buffed recently, 100 extra range as well. Means Constantine will be safe. Mage mid did not want to throw the 50-50 gamble there if he can still catch up to Constantine. Both are going to get out alive.
Both will walk away for their lives for now, but it is slowly still scaling up in the favor of Richardson High School. They have now, gained about a 1,500 gold lead very early in this game, before even the 5-minute mark here, Echo. Very early gold leads. Of course, most of that is on OTP Shen in the top lane right now, but I think a little bit of it is spread across most of these lanes. I think every single lane individually for Richardson High School does have some sort of CS lead.
Definitely so good so far. Bot lane, I think Charlemagne and Duco are both kind of stuck under this turret, and we have yet to see Trash Rat really look for some kind of gank, make something happen. I would have to imagine we're gonna have to wait really until level 6 once that ulti is available to see if just kind of look at it, just full send a dash on one of these lanes. As at the moment, it's just rather slow, right? Obviously, this is usually why you see the sound in the lane where you're fairly up and close and personal with your laner, but in the jungle, it's just a whole different story.
Absolutely makes it just that much harder to deal with it in the jungle. But first, Dragon, meanwhile, like you said, is picked up now for Richardson High School. It is only a Hextech Dragon. I always argue Hextech is the weakest one to pick up first, but the best one to pick up last. So Cloud will end up being the second dragon up and available for whoever has the pressure to take it. Mid and bot had the pressure for Richardson High School, so they were able to take up pretty uncontested, pretty free for that time. Constantine.
You're looking for more here, so OTP Shen. Then a bit of a trade at the moment. A lot of back and forth just going through right now. Edgar has realized, yep, he's going to be relegated to just chilling under his turret for now. He's going to have to wait until he gets some more items online. Wait for Trash Rat to look to come up top and make something happen for him. But as of yet, nothing quite going to come out of it just yet.
Very quiet since that second kill in the top lane, but Shen does have almost, more than quadruple the CS of Edgar's. He hasn't gone for as many kills in the past couple of minutes, instead just making sure that he has an absolutely massive CS lead. Also has level 6 up on Trash Can.
Uh-oh, he's found him indeed. The stun does come through, and OTP Shen is just going to rip through him. Flash gets burnt. It's right on top of him, though, and OTP Shen is going to pick up yet another kill.
All 3 kills on all of Summoner's Rift. Actually, I was going to say just for Richardson, but no, all of Summoner's Rift are on OTP Shen. He did burn Ghost for that extra kill, but I mean, getting an extra goal near Fiora when he is the only member that is able to deal with these double tank topsides is really quite helpful for Richardson in the later stage of the game.
Absolutely. So here, bot lane feels the only lane so far that really has been incredibly quiet. Just minimal trades going here, but nothing really of note just yet, as now See, Ruined Elo is in the jungle of Trash Rat. Might be looking for more. Primordial Burst did come out. Didn't quite find Mage mid main, though. However, he's going to stay alive for now. Scuffle might ensue in this bot jungle, though. He's getting on top of him, and he's going to look for the kill. Find some more damage as... Unfortunately, our stream is lagging a little bit there, but he's still sticking onto Trash Rat. He is pretty damn tanky, though, with the root coming through. That should be the kill secured. And Trash Rat just cannot move in his own jungle right now.
Absolutely not. Trash Rat now gifting 2 kills over Richardson pretty much in a row. Master Dragoon.
Oh, is the bomb going to be enough? It is. It explodes. And Cake Charlemagne, my goat, is going to go ahead and finally pick up the first kill for Team Venom.
Of course, we were rooting him on from Champion Select. We said, everyone, put on your support cheering hats for today on King Charlemagne. And he is so far the one and only kill now for Team Venom. I would have wanted it on nobody else.
Absolutely. But it's rough for Trash Rat right now. I won't lie. Not move in his own jungle. It feels like Ruined Elo recognizing that, looking to just abuse that power with the PTA as well. Once he sticks onto him, it's just so hard to get away from him. And with that first move being available for his bot lane, they come right up. They grab the kill. Now that first kill going on over to the Viego. Going for the Blade of the Ruined King first. Fairly stock standard here. It's going to get rough. But level 6 is available for Trash right now. So maybe he can look to make something happen.
Hopefully can make something happen in the jungle. I don't think top lane is... I was going to say is a cause, but I was just going to say it's a lost cause at this point for Team Venom. I don't see Edgar really ever in a position to be able to 1v1 OTP Shen.
Yeah.
It was going to be difficult already just because of the champions that they picked, but now because it is a 3-0 Fiora with still triple the CS of Edgar, it is going to be near impossible for a majority of this game for Edgar to have anything to do with Shen in the side lane.
Yeah, and I honestly even question if they send Trash Rat up, whether or not they'll even win the 2-on-1. If OTP Shen can play it correctly, I think you might just go ahead and grab a double there. Maybe Trash Rat can utilize his death passive to try and salvage something. Maybe they get the kill that way. The amount of gold that they would be influxing onto OTP Shen would just, it would be terrible for Venom.
Hopefully Venom can make a play around this Rift Herald mid-mage main, taking just casually about 50% of the HP off of Constantine. I mean, I don't even know what you do against something like that in that scenario, but Constantine just needs to survive more than anything, especially at this stage of the game. Edgar, oh no.
Yeah, I can tell you who's not surviving. It's looking to be Edgar there. The Grand Challenge does get dropped. He's pretty damn tanky with the Heartbreaker as well. They secure themselves a kill. Mage mid-main did go ahead and grab the kill onto Constantine there. Might look for more here onto Trash Rat, roots him in, looking for the Sigil of Malice to do a little bit of extra damage. Charging up a nice dash. Oh, the footwork coming through with the shield from Trash Rat, just barely staying alive. But look at Ruined Elo. He's on his way on over. He smells the kill. He has flash. That should be an easy pick for him. He sees Trash Rat. He missed the kill. No! Ruined Elo! No, Ruined Elo. The bag has been fumbled. Still finds the kill, but will go down for the 1-for-1.
Meanwhile, down there in the bot lane as well, just casually, Master Dragoon playing the absolute masterclass of a Renata save on his own AD carry. Reaper as well. The perfect heal timer. If he didn't pop the heal at that exact time with the movement speed bonus as well that comes from it, he would have certainly died. Master Dragoon landing the perfect Q into Renata ult combo. Made sure that they both get to live, at least for now, but because of the absolute madness that just happened both in the mid and the bot lane, it does end up turning second dragon up into favor for Team Venom, and the soul of the game is Chemtech.
Yeah, and that is just going to be even more dire here if Richardson can go ahead and look to pick that up, putting that on to OTP Shen especially. It's just going to hurt so much, honestly. It's rough for Venom to even try and contest any of these objectives right now. You've got the 4-0 Fiora coming through. We haven't even seen in the actual team fight itself. It's not going to look for Constantine, but the flash will make sure that he stays safe. Right? We have yet to see OTP Shen fighting with the rest of his team, right? It's only been isolated 1-on-1s and 2s-on-2s.
Yeah, have not gone to see him in the bot lane yet, pretty much. He has had some KP on the jungle and the top so far, and I see grass, but I don't know if he has. What is the red one? I want to say denomination, and I know that's
Domination?
wrong. Domination.
Yeah.
I got out of math class like 2 hours ago. Domination, yes. If he does have that, then it definitely does need to get some KP on some other members of the team, but still sitting 4-0. I don't even know how he has an ADCS lead right now. I haven't been watching top lane close enough to see how that has come about, but that is a very terrifying Fiora.
I can tell you, I'm quite certain it's because if Edgar's does anything other than sit under his turret, he dies. If he even looks at the farm, he dies. And I'm pretty sure OTP has just been abusing that as much as possible. As the Reaper is 33, does find the pick here, but a nice chrono shift is going to keep King Charlemagne alive. It's just so oppressive right now for this bot lane.
We never got a pronunciation confirmation on this, but we've been going with Ducky Go here for Ezreal. So Ducky Go and King Charlemagne having a fantastic time down here in the bot lane. At least they did have one kill denied by the outplay of Master Dragoon, but other than that, not much else has come out of this bot lane, but we got yet another jungle fight.
Yeah, still looking for more. Constantine does do quite a bit of damage, just letting Trash Rat tank it all up, and the Primordial Burst is going to find Ruined Elo. Here comes the hostile takeover, though, and that's going to buy him enough time to take out Trash Rat. Down he goes, looking to chase down Mage mid-main, but can't quite find him. But Reaper's 33 with the flash forward. No Chrono Shift available. He's not quite going to find the pick, and now Reaper 33 is in an awkward spot. Master Dragoon coming back down to help him out. Doesn't quite find the mark, but Mage mid-May does so much damage in the top lane. It's just OTP Shen things. The vital procs hurt too damn much. Down goes Edgar's again. And that's going to be Richardson picking up yet another set of kills.
Almost everyone on the side of Richardson now has a bounty. OTP Shen has maintained a 600 bounty for the majority of the game and has finally now grown to 700. Reaper has a CS bounty for himself as well without a single kill on his head. Mage mid-main has 3 kills, has that 350 shutdown, and in addition to that also has a 4-stack Dark Seal first turret finally claimed by OTP Shen just before the 15-minute mark. So he didn't get all 5 plates, but he definitely got at least 3, most likely 4 plates, all solo gold for himself. So that only adds to how scary of a Fiora this really truly is. I would expect OTP Shen. Usually you see the bot lane roam top after they take first turret, but this game I would actually expect him to go bot lane to take this next turret on his own.
Yeah, definitely so here. Expecting to see the shifts coming out fairly soon. Next drag is up in a minute and a half as well. And I mean, they would have to fight for it. Technically, they could still give this one on over, as Team Venom does have 1 drag to their name, right? So that does stall that soul being acquired by an extra 5 minutes, but there's only so many drags you can give on over.
Only so many dragons, but yeah, we are even technically on dragons for now. The game is currently paused or frozen, or however you want to say it. I don't know. The game is loading.
At a bit of a standstill there, unfortunately. Yeah. But you know what? That gives us time to delve into what Team Venom needs to do. And I'm not going to lie, Camcom. All right. We've got things figured out. And we're back on the Rift, Capcom. Slight technical issues, but they have been resolved. And there's an HP issue for Duke Go Black as well, because down he goes. Run, King Charlemagne. No, he's going to defend this turret. If he dies, trying Reaper is stepping forward, looking for him, but doesn't quite have the wave to do so. So King Charlemagne will survive. Looks like Constantine and Edgar's ended up falling as well. I'm assuming one of them went over to OTP Shen because he's now 6-0, and Mage mid-main is 5-0 now. So I think we know where those kills went.
Yeah, but we are now completely caught back up to our game 1 today. We've got Chemtech Dragon #1 up on the map, just waiting for somebody to take it. That somebody most likely being Richardson, as they have now taken the outer turrets across all 3 lanes, working on the inner turret now in the mid lane, and the inner turret, you'll notice in the top lane, is just already gone.
Blue buff secured. That's a win in my book for Trash Rat. But yeah, that dragon is going to go ahead and be secured by Richardson, picked on up. 2 drags away from having that Chemtech soul. increasing your resistances, increasing your damage the closer you are to death. Definitely would be something that I would imagine the side of Team Venom would love to have, but it's going to take a lot of work, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to get to that point.
Absolutely. It will be a very much mental test of fortitude, I would say, more than anything else, as I definitely remember from my high school esports days, mental would win or lose more games, I think, than actual player game skill. Whether or not we were still friends by the end of the game made a lot more League of Legends. Nexus explode.
That was the real challenge here. Screw LP, it's the friendships. How many have you kept this week? But oh my god, look at the damage coming through. OTP Shen is running down Edgar's, and there's just nothing he can do. There's no turret for him to fall back to. I think he would have just been better off TPing back to the fountain. But down he goes. OTP Shen, in typical Fiora fashion, is just going to look to split push on forward. It's looking like Constantine is going to be the answer towards it, but has got to be careful. Aren't stunned, maybe a little bit of damage, but that's really about it. Gotta find some kind of opportunity, but those opportunities are scarce.
But when those opportunities do arise, if Team Venom are able to capitalize on them, then they can absolutely try to make a dent in the 12,000 gold lead that Richardson High School has claimed for themselves in the past roughly 18 to 19 minutes of this game one. That was not very fun gameplay there for King Charlemagne.
Yeah, no, it was not. Red Buff was stolen away.
Don't
there
do
by
it again.
Oh, no, come on. Let him live. Let him go back to base there. Base mid main looking for the pick onto the Constantine. 6-0, 12 stacks in the book there. Lots of knowledge acquired. Lots of magic that going over the wall. Doesn't quite find the tether onto Duke Go Black. So, Ducky Go Black. So he's not quite going to find it. Regardless, so that damage is going to force him to head on back base.
And the game only continues to get harder and harder. Every little mini mistake that Team Venom makes, like even you saw right there, King Charlemagne just walked into a bush, instantly blown up, instantly
Can't
gets
do that.
more Dark Seal stacks and gold onto Mage mid lane. Like every single micro mistake that Team Venom has made, Richardson is just able to punish with so much power, and they're going to continue to do so as far as they are allowed to.
Constantine gonna go gold here. They find the tether though going over the wall. Chrono Shift will keep him alive though. Clutch ulti coming out from King Charlemagne, but I spoke too soon because Ruinilo goes over the wall, finds one. They're gonna look for more here. The Heartbreaker resets are available. A lot of low HP bar though, so they are gonna go ahead, back on off. They've grabbed the tier 3. The base is officially cracked wide open now. Looking for the inhibitor as well. Fortunately, Venom can do nothing but watch. We'll say, silver lining, Camcom, at least this is going to funnel a whole lot of minions, a whole lot of gold and XP into the base of Team Venom. Will it be enough, though? That's a different question.
Now a 15,000 gold lead for Richardson.
Just at 12?
We were just at 12. It has grown by 3,000 in roughly 2 minutes, but that is fine. Everything's okay. Nothing is on fire whatsoever. No. OTP Shen sitting at, I believe that is 7, almost 8 CS a minute, still at 20 minutes. That is quite difficult to do on a split pushing top laner who hasn't actually been split pushing all that much. OTP Shen has mostly actually been grouping with his team, which I think does show his mastery on Shen more than any other champion, more than anything else could ever do. That was very illegal.
The damage coming through, but the Primordial Burst, click R to delete. Constantine does exactly that. There's going to be a lot of stacks from the book taken away. Big shutdown going on over to Constantine, and it really just is in Constantine we trust.
Constantine will continue picking up every single kill for Team Venom, and again, that is exactly where we want every single kill. If you would believe me, his first death of the game was just him walking into a bush and getting demolished by Mage Mid Main in roughly half a second, probably less.
I can definitely see that.
Was his first death.
OTP Shen might not be able to do it in as quick of a fashion, but he's going to look to do it regardless. But Trash Rat will die for the sins once again. He'll buy as much space and time as he can, but oh my god, the bullet time in combination with the hostile takeover is just too much, and Constantine will fall, and so will the rest of the base, as now it's up to Edgar, Trash Rat, as well as Ducky Go Black to mount some kind of a defense. First, not even the last, tier 3 has fallen. Second inhibitor goes down. They're going to be able to hold on to this third inhibitor, but for how long?
Third inhibitor already sitting at about 60%. Now 50% of its HP will quickly follow suit of the rest of the inhibitors. It's only a matter of time before Richardson High School even starts hitting these Nexus Surge, but this might just be it. Yeah,
and they're just hitting Ruined Elo right now, though. A nice bailout comes through, but that's going to be the first pick there. They find themselves a kill as well onto Master Dragoon. Primordial Burst comes out, and Constantine, we trust. They find another pick. They might look for Reapers here. Duke Black is going to step forward, but they got to take care of these minions. It took out their first Nexus turret. So OTP Shen and Reapers are going to stay alive, but that's going to be some picks coming through. Not quite the members you want. There's still a juicy shutdown on OTP Shen, but it's a first move.
First move to, I would say, get back in the game for Team Venom. They didn't quite pick up the shutdown off of OTP Shen. Of course, it is still the biggest one in the game, but they have gone almost every single Magi stack off of Mage mid-main. He was previously sitting at highest I saw was 12, but it might have gone all the way up to 15, so getting it all the way down to 2 now is a lot better than they previously had for Team Venom.
It's a win. It's a small win, but it's a win nonetheless. That's going to be reducing the AP significantly, but more importantly, Camcom, this drag is up and it is started. My god, they're going for the double take. They are so confident in the fact that Venom cannot leave the base, that one side is going to grab the drag and one side is going to grab the Baron.
Oh my gosh. I mean, yeah, the the sign on the Baron basically hasn't even taken damage from the Baron either. All 5 members of Richardson High School will have the Baron buff, as well as, I was going to say Kentex Soul, but they're still one dragon away from Kentex Soul, so if this game does go another 5 minutes, then they will also have the Baron and probably plus Kentex Soul again.
And you just see, right, Venom wasn't even done clearing out the minions of their base, and now all those minions are Baron empowered as well, and Edgar is just gonna get blown up, and a nice baby cage is gonna stop OTP Shen from getting on top of them. In Constantine, we trust. They will now have to huddle around this final turret as the minions close in, the final battle begins, but Edgar gets blown up. They find OTP Shen though. That's a huge pick coming through. Unfortunately, Trash Rat will fall as well, so will the turret. And with the Nexus exposed, it is looking rough. Trash Rat with his final form doesn't quite find a pick. 3 members down. Constantine, you gotta do something, but the minions are too many. And with that, Richardson High School will go ahead and pick up the